all right, let's say that we are starting a poker site, right? We just bought Pokerstars. We dismantled it. We took it all apart. We fired everybody. They're all done. It's just me. But we have the software. We call it JoeyStars. So we started JoeyStars, right? And my cousin Timmy is a degenerate. My cousin Timmy really wants to play poker. My cousin Timmy's a really bad player, but my cousin Timmy has a bunch of money because he inherited money from my rich aunt. Okay? So cousin Timmy goes, Joey, I just heard you bought Pokerstars. You dismantled it for some reason. It was making billions of dollars, but you decided you wanted to make no money with it. But I'd like to play poker and I want to play on your site. Can you play? I said, all right, yeah, sure. Let's go. But come on. You'll be my first customer. So I'm not trying to really make much money from the site right now. I'm fine. I'm just playing. I'm a peaceful guy, right? I'm a peaceful guy. I just wanted to buy Pokerstars. I wanted to dismantle $1 billion company. So cousin Timmy gives me his $10,000 and he's looking for a game. And I say, all right, I got my buddy Jim. And my buddy Jim's a good player. My buddy Jim could use some money. Timmy doesn't care about losing the money. So I go, Jim, you want to play? Jim's like, I hit a rough streak, brother. Okay, I can't. I don't have the money to play. I go, all right, I'll stake you for it. So I say, all right, I'll give you 50%. Timmy's a bad player. You're probably going to win. Take yourself 50%, and I'm going to get my 50%. So each person, he puts in 10,000. I've already got the money in the site. I'm the owner of the site. I got my 10,000 in there too. Okay. So now the rake, you guys know the rake, each pot gets a percentage taken out of the pot. Let's say that the rake on JoeyStars, the reasonable rake, right, it'll be $10 up to 10%. So that means for every $100 that's in the pot, we're going to be taking 10 bucks. Got it? We're playing 25-50, okay? $25, $50. So most pots are going to hit that rake, right? Anytime I see a flop, I'm going to get the money. I'm not trying to make much money, right? Okay? So $10 up there. So that means for every 100 hands they play, I'm going to be making $1,000 because I'm taking $10 per hand. Every time it goes to the flop, I get my 10 bucks. JoeyStars got to eat. They play 100 hands. And I make $1,000. Not a bad business. So they play 100 hands. After 100 hands, right? They're both down money. They're pretty even. They're both down 500 bucks. So they each got $4,500 in their stack. They're playing 25-50. They each bought in for 5,000. JoeyStars is killing it, right? So they play a little bit more, and eventually Jim stacks Timmy. So Jim ends up about $4,000, right? So I take back my $2,000 profit from him. He gets home $2,000, and I make $1,000 from rake. So right there, my business just made a cool $3,000. Now Timmy decides he wants to rebuy for his other $5,000, and the same exact thing happens, right? They play a bunch of hands. We end up raking another $1,000, and once again, Jim makes $2,000. So Jim's up $4,000, and me as the business, I'm up $6,000. Now, is that poker cheating? Is that good business? Did someone get cheated in that situation? Let's expand the situation. Let's say that we got a 6-handed game, right? Cousin Timmy still wants to play, right? And he brings a couple of his friends. He brings Dumb Derek. He brings Degenerate Dave. He brings Loose Larry, right? So now we got 4 fun players in the game, and they each want to give $10,000. Now I got $40,000. I got a lot of money. And now I start getting greedy a little bit. I'm like, yeah, $40,000. I mean, sure, it would be nice to get that money from these guys, right? Why? Well, they don't seem like they want to keep it. I want to get the money from these guys, right? So I got a really good poker friend, and I invite him in, right? I say, okay, you can play in my game, but you got to give me 50% of what you win. All right? You keep 50%. You put up all the risk, but these guys are bad. Give it, right? And he wants to play. He's seen these guys play. He knows the Degenerate Dave. He knows that guy's a real bad player. He wants to play with Degenerate Dave. So he comes in. I'm taking half of his winnings, right? And once again, my buddy Jim's still playing, of course. He's still playing. He's still on stake, 50-50. We splitting with him. So he brings his 10,000 on the table. My new guy, the expert player, let's call him Jill Ivy. So Jill Ivy sends me 50,000, says I got some reloads, whatever, just in case I bust, right? I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play all night. And I'm sitting there thinking, I go, well, the rake's 10, right? I'm going to make it a little higher, right? You know what I mean? At 25-50 stakes, let's make it $50 a hand, right? So we make it $50 a hand now. So we're making $50 a hand, 10%. So if the pot goes to $500, Big Poppy, JoeyStars is doing pretty well, right? We're making $50 out of each pot. So now we play 100 hands and everybody's break even theoretically, right? But We just raked. We hit the cap in these 100 hands. There's a lot of action in the game. And we just made $5,000 in rakes. So we're sitting here, we're sitting pretty here, right? So they play once again. And all 4 of the bad players, they all lose all their money, right? They bring $40,000. They lose $40,000. My man Jim wins $20,000. He runs well. So I get my half of that. We end up raking $15,000. And Jill Ivy only wins $5,000. Jill Ivy didn't run very well, right? So Jill Ivy's got to give me $2,500 of that. So right there, boom. I make $10,000 out of my buddy Jim. I make $15,000 out of the rake. And I make another $2,500 for my business. So right now, my business is booming. My business is doing well. Was anything to their poker cheating? None of the players know that I'm getting 50% of Jill Ivy. None of the players know that I'm staking Jim in the game. Is that cheating? If I tell them I'm doing that, is that cheating? Is this good business? All right, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content. We have a lot more great content coming up, including my 5K challenge we had the other day. This is a video, this is just a question I had of something that I'm working on right now for what's happening in the poker world. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much. Godspeed. Good luck. God bless.